everybody, it's your girl Connie, Kenneth, and welcome back to my channel. We are 1,000 subscribers and counting, and I want to thank each and every one of you for the support, for helping me reach this milestone. So please guys, continue watching my videos, share with your friends, with your family, and make sure you also comment down below so we can have a discussion. So today I'm so excited because I'm going to react to our sister SIZZLES Diaries. She just posted a video about Imagine Africa Beyond Borders, Africa's geopolitics narrative. Listen guys, this is a very important topic. Reason being, it's very funny because I watched a recent video from African Tigress where she was almost denied entry into Zimbabwe because she was Kenyan. Wow, that's crazy, right? Because I feel we need to change the narrative where we believe Africans cannot travel in Africa without an agenda. Okay, so I feel it's a pity and we need to change that. And that's why I decided to react to this video, because I think there are some things we don't know that we need to learn about traveling in Africa and how things can be changed and how we can improve that so we can we can visit Africa. We are one people, one nation, one Africa. So let's go.
The legendary Pan-Africanist Dr. Kwame Nkrumah once stated, "It is clear that we must find an African solution to our problems." When we
we must find an African solution to our problems, and I feel Pan-Africanism is very important because I feel when we come together as one people, as one Africa, we have so many resources in Africa, and we can come together and build each other instead of pulling, instead of just trying to bring each other down. So I agree with him 100%, and I believe that's the reason why the African Union came to be, so that African leaders can come together and find solutions for Africa, and so that things can be much better and improve the African geopolitics. So yeah, I agree.
talk about human and economic integration
Right.
agenda for Africa, we also cannot do away without mentioning things like a visa-free or borderless Africa.
Right.
Countries such as Ghana, Kenya, and Rwanda have made promising strides towards Africa's human and economic integration agenda.
Oh, it's funny. That guy looks like Martin Luther King. What do you think? Let me know. I thought for a second it was Martin Luther King. From the profile, he looks like him. So
towards Africa's human and economic integration agenda with the visa on arrival and open border policy. Hello besties, and welcome to another video on African history, perceptions, and culture.
yeah, so let me know in the comment section below, do you believe that a borderless Africa is a good idea? If yes, why? If not, why not? Let's talk in the comment section.
As seen on the geopolitical map of Africa, most of us would imagine that borders are just lines cutting through the surface of the earth, but in reality, borders are much more complex than that. So stand on one side and you are on one country.
Right.
Stand on the other side and you might be in an entirely different country.
Yeah.
Most borders are created by wars, treaties, and natural features such as rivers or lakes, while others are man-made by erecting fences.
Right.
Africa is...
And that's when you come to realize that we are one. When you look at Africans, we are one. The cultures, the food, the languages, name it, we just one people. So why create all these complications while it can be so easy, and just let Africans travel in and out of each country without being harassed and probably asking for bribes or this or being suspicious and stuff like that? Yeah, because we can build each other. So I think it's a very stupid thing to have visas to go from one country to another in Africa, because we are one people, and Africa, especially the younger generation, is now coming up and it's traveling more and they want to discover Africa, and that's the reason why you can find more and more YouTubers going from one country to another. And so I feel the border should be open for Africans as much as you can travel around Europe as long as you're European or in the Schengen countries and stuff like that. They have that policy and it works really, really well when people are traveling around Europe. And yeah, and so why not do the same in Africa? I guess we can just have positive things coming from a borderless Africa.
It's a continent where borders can get pretty much complicated.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason for this can be found in its colonial past.
Mm.
When African countries began to take control of their nations and states through independence, African leaders at the time were faced with a critical challenge in the borders that were left behind.
Right.
They had a choice whether to keep them or redraw new borders. Obviously, they opted to keep them. These are the same borders that exist today.
Right. You can just imagine how our ancestors and those who fought for Africa's independence, they were so happy to finally be in charge of their countries that that was the last thing they would think about, just trying to recreate different borders. It would have created more hate and wars among Africans. So I don't think back in the time it was a good idea because they had already struggled so much to attain independence, and that's the reason why they decided to keep the borders as they were.
One topic that has become relevant in recent years is the further integration of Africa beyond its borders. The idea of a borderless Africa and its ability to transform and pursue an open borderless policy for Africa far outnumbers its benefits over its negatives
Right.
for individual countries and the continent at large. Countries coming together to benefit from each other.
Bigger market. Renforcer l'union économique et monétaire.
Nous sommes en Afrique, pas de frontières. What
Right.
happened in Africa during time immemorial is that without participation of a single African nation, when Europeans in their own view sat down with their own opinion or interest and demarcated Africa in favor of their own economies and development. This, in many instances, have undermined the good of the continent's history and development as a people.
Right, and I feel that that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, Africa has been stolen from for centuries, for so many years, and that's the reason why it's behind, and most people don't understand why. Reason being, colonialism had a very negative impact on Africa's economic situation, and I believe the solution is for Africans to wake up, for the young people, to change the African narrative by building a stronger Africa, keeping the resources in Africa, and also making it easier for African entrepreneurs to come up with ideas and help them with capital, financially, whatever means necessary for them to build Africa back again, and make it the strong continent that it deserves to be. So I feel one borderless Africa would have this African arising, from the dust and make it a great continent and for Africans. So yeah, I think it's possible.
Since that time, language,
Yeah,
culture,
social
identity, and religion was totally changed, and now the continent has been divided along artificial borderlines.
Right.
This is one of the most profound reasons that created a mess we often see today in Africa's borders. In terms of linguistic, some people had to adapt lingua franca, while some embrace indigenous African languages in their national agenda.
Yeah, because when you look at most countries, so let's talk about Senegal, Cameroon, they were colonized by the French. So of course, the main language is French. when you look at countries like the Eastern Africa, Kenya, for example, colonized by the British, so we speak English. So, of course, you have some tribes which are dying out. Why? Because people no longer really learn their mother tongues. And I mean, it's a whole confusion that came in, and people stole away people's identity, the language, the culture, the religion, and this and that and that. So a lot has to be done yet.
The bridge in language is also one of the challenges faced in some schools across the continent. Again, imperialists advocated for systems of governance and ideologies to further undermine Africa in the way Africans perceived or organized their own societies. Not only that, trade systems were introduced to undermine the African market and equally retiring the evolution that was supposed to have taken place in Africa as a result of their penetration, thus channeling the resources from Africa to the outside world.
Do you know what happens if you want to divide a people? Then I think that's what happened is when you divide Africa, with all these artificial borderlines, then you divide a whole people, and of course, then people reign better because you have countries that will support this political system, others will be allies with other governments and stuff. So it creates division, so you can reign more. So I feel that's what happened in the colonialism, and that's unfortunately what keeps going on. And it's a pity, it's a pity. And then of course, I mean, China aid. I mean, the Chinese jumped in and had to get they were very smart because they had to jump in and help Africa, and just in a way help Africa. When I say help Africa, is just come in and understand what Africans need at that particular moment, and that's why they've spread all over Africa. And yeah, they're doing a great job, but on the other hand, I feel Africans can do those things themselves without anybody's help. Do you see what I mean? Let me know.
We often see in some African countries the impact of the ever-increasing influence China, for example, has, challenging people to question the true intentions of China in Africa today. This is an ongoing challenge that began in the 1960s and around the 1990s when African countries began to regain their independence. China started to rebuild around this time by trying to join the World Trade Organization. And in joining the World Trade Organization...
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I keep pausing, but just look at this image. You have a cow, so that's Africa. Then you have the ball with the 12 billion investment. The Chinese invested so much money, and they keep investing in Africa, but they also keep draining Africa in the sense that they need to get their money back in a way. So they have their resources, they have this and that keeps going out of Africa. So I think it's a debate that needs to be done, and also try and come up with a solution to this draining, because for me the image just shows me how we're draining Africa of so much out of I don't know, selfish leaders or poor governance. I don't know, whatever the case may be, but yeah, we need to do something to stop this.
Organization, they had to use some skillful approach and strategy similar to that of the Europeans, and that was to dominate the African market and trade. This is how the Africa-China Think Tanks Forum, for example, was formed, and assuming it was organized, this is how China was able to secure data in Africa by knowing exactly what Africans want to consume and what the Chinese market can produce to sell in
very strategic from the Chinese.
Africa. One would imagine that Africa beyond borders means an advantage for all its people beyond anything or anyone else, because most Africans already produce what many Africans consume. This has also displaced African communities culturally in different ways, dividing clans, ethnic groups, and societies, making it very challenging for Africans to again organize themselves as a people,
Right.
nation, and a continent.
Yeah.
Well,
Divide so you can rule better. Yeah, I think
this is about to change, as many African countries are gearing up to embrace a united and prosperous Africa.
right.
Having said this, the challenges and contributions that Africans put in place to curb its problematic borders ought to be highlighted. Africa has not forgotten to decolonize the mindset of colonization. There are
Yeah, now that's another thing. We need to change the mindset. Honestly, we as Africans need to believe in ourselves more, believe in the people that we are, in our cultures, in our traditions, make a strong Africa because we have all the necessary resources. But by that, we need to educate the young people, empower the young people, educate them, educate the girl child. We still have a lot to go and not depend on other people. Just believe in ourselves that we're capable because we are. We are capable of doing things ourselves.
so many examples we can use about how a borderless Africa would facilitate an end to some of the continent's critical concerns. Imagining a borderless Africa means taking time to tackle decisions that are going to make Africa great again by controlling especially.
Yeah, look at that. We've got iron, cotton, uranium, crude oil, gold, coffee, tea, diamonds, copper, gold, crude. Yeah, that's the reason why everybody wants to come to Africa and get things from our resources from Africa. Look how rich Africa is, and if we were in a position to have all these resources, then we should be capable of protecting the resources in Africa and develop Africa. And yeah, it's possible.
The resources that belong here. Though fostering international relations is beneficial for Africa, pushing international agenda beyond continental agenda is something that cannot continue if Africa ought to register the development its people desire.
Right.
The journey to a borderless Africa is most definitely possible if we can resolve the issues that are challenging on a continent by offering homegrown solutions for our homegrown problems.
Right.
Some of these challenges are as a result of conflict and unity, which are the core objectives of the African Union Agenda 2063. The prospects of imagining a borderless Africa translates to a volume in the movement of people, talent, skills, ideas, and products.
Right.
So, Besties, what do you think a borderless Africa would look like? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section.
Right.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Do well to subscribe, and we will see you again soon. So, bye, besties.
Bye. Oh my goodness, that yeah, very interesting video. And you're right. For me, a borderless Africa is possible when you need to unite as a people, come together, protect our resources, believe in ourselves, believe in our young people, empower the young people, educate them, and yeah, and also have leaders who have a very how can I say, a very wide and broad vision of Africa for Africans, and also who would like to see change in Africa. So I hope you enjoyed my reaction. This was a very timely video because this is a sad reality in Africa where we as Africans have trouble traveling in Africa. It's crazy. But let's not lose hope because I believe everything is possible, and we can change that narrative and, just welcome all Africans in Africa, in every country. You can travel without any troubles, no visa, and all that stuff. So, listen, guys. If you enjoyed my reaction, please share. Okay, like, comment. Let's have the discussion down below. And yeah, and please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I'm your girl, Connie, and bye.